Okay, so in this lecture I want to talk about two of the supplemental videos, and one of the ones is the Olympic Snatch. And I'm not going to spell it out, I'm not going to pronounce it, but it's Hossein Rezazadeh, and he sets the world record in the Olympic Snatch. And so what he does is he takes in his video, he takes 212.5 kilograms, and he's near the surface of the Earth, so the acceleration due to gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared. And he lifts it, he's about 6 feet tall, and he puts it up over his head, so I'm just going to estimate he does about 2 meters. Okay. Now, what I've just calculated, if you sort of think about it, I've just done the GPE. And so his GPE, the gravitational potential energy that he gave to that weight, was 212.5 times 9.81 times 2 meters. He did basically 470 joules of work. So basically he did 4170 joules of work. And then, okay, so then we have the Lance Armstrong. So then we're going to have, let's see, the other one is Alpe d'Huez. I hope you like that video. It's definitely an amateur video, but it's got the pumpin' techno music, and it's seen from the side of the Tour de France, and so it is what it is. Okay, so basically in riding Alpe d'Huez, Lance Armstrong, he went up 1,070 meters and 9.81 meters per second squared, and 9.81 meters per second squared. Oh, I'm sorry, I just did that twice. And I figure he's, I looked online, he's 75 kilograms plus the minimum weight of a bike is 6.8 kilograms. Add them together, we're going to say 82 kilograms. And so I'm kind of getting things out of order here, but I'm going to say the GPE for Lance Armstrong was going to be 1070 times 9.81 times 82 is going to be 860,000. So basically 861,000 joules of work. Okay, so this guy, Hossein Rezazadeh, did 4,000 joules of work, and Lance Armstrong did about 200 times as much work, roughly. 200 times as much work. Great. But that's not the point. What I want to introduce right now is this idea of power. And power is work divided by time. And so we have this idea in terms of units. We're going to say watts are joules per second. So however many joules divided by however many seconds is however many watts you have. And watts, you should probably know watts from light bulbs. Right now, sort of right up there, I have a 75 watt light bulb, kind of right above the camera. I have some 25 watt fluorescent light bulbs. So watts is a unit of power, and that's work divided by time. In terms of units, it's joules divided by seconds. Okay, so Lance Armstrong's time up the Alpe d'Huez was 38 minutes 41 seconds, which becomes 38 times 60 plus 41 becomes 2321 seconds. So when he does, so his power (861,000) divided by 2321. His power is about 370 watts. And I'm going to say his power is going to be greater than 370 watts. Because that calculation, 370 watts, that is just absolute 100% ideal efficiency. That is just the energy gained by raising 82 kilograms to the top of Alpe d'Huez. Now, the power that he actually put out must have been much, much higher than that, because there's plus rolling friction, plus air resistance, and both of those are going to crank that up so that he did at least 370 watts of power, and you know, that's a lot of power. If you get on a stationary bike that can measure power output, you'd be lucky to hit 200 for your peak power. He was averaging 370. Now let's go back to our good friend Hossein Rezazadeh, and here's the thing. His time for that lift was approximately 2.3 seconds, and that's all the way down from the weight being on the ground to being over his head, as high as it's going to get. So that's not including the pause that he has in the middle. So if you do that, his power is 4,170 joules divided by 2.3 seconds, 4170 divided by 2.3, you get 1800 watts. And that is absolutely astounding. That he could generate 1800 watts is truly outstanding, and again, that is his average power output over the entire lift. You know, there's times when he is lifting that weight faster than other times. So just like Lance Armstrong is beating 370 watts over the course of about 40 minutes, over the course of 2 seconds, this guy is he's putting out more than 1800 watts of power. And those two are astounding physical achievements. And so that is my way of introducing to you the concept of power, which is work divided by time.